So in the previous session, we have discussed about the workflow rules, and we have discussed what exactly the workflow rule and what is the use, what we can do with the help of these workflow rules we have discussed, and what criteria are available for the workflow rule and what kind of actions we can automate through workflow rules we have discussed. And along with that, we have discussed about the various types of workflow rules. And then we have discussed what exactly the immediate action workflow rules, time-dependent action workflow rules we have discussed. And then we have discussed about some practical implementation also. Now, so now today we'll see the field update actions. How can we implement the field update actions through workflow rules? Now let's see practically. By using this field update action, we can update a field value. Whatever the fields are available inside this record, in those record fields, we can update one field value by using this field update action. So whenever in some cases, if you want to update a single field, if you want to assign some new value for a field, at that time we can use the help of an action called as field update actions. Like for example, assume that I'm having my credit card bill. My credit card bill due date is some 15th of the month. 15th of the month. I need to pay the credit card bill by 15th of the month. Suppose, even though after giving so many reminders, if the customer did not make the payment of the credit card bill by end of that 15th of the month, then on 16th of that month, okay, on 16th of the month, I want to block the card. I want to block the card. That means what? The customer should not be able to use our credit card to make any more purchases. Then what we can do as part of this, we want to update the status of my credit card is inactive. Okay, inactive. Inactive means what? His card is not in active status. The card has been blocked. So when you try to swipe the card in any of the supermarkets or wherever you go, it will be giving like as a declined. Okay, it will be giving like as declined option. So the card will get declined. That means here it is the person cannot able to make any more purchases through that credit card. So at that time, how they are indicating that? Simply they are going to be indicating that credit card status field value they're changing to inactive. If you made the payment, of the credit card bill, then they will be changing the status to active. That means this status field is indicating whether this particular credit card is in active or not. If the credit card is in active, then they can able to make the online purchases. If the credit card is in inactive status, then okay, they can't make any more purchases over here. So for that reason, in order to know whether the credit card is active or not, we are going to be using the status field. And then we can change that status field value also. Like that, if you want to update any of the field value inside your record, then we are using the help of an action called as field update action. So by using this action, we can update a field value by assigning the new value. By assigning a new value for that field, we can change that field value also. That possibility is available. Now, so by using this action, we can update a field value, okay, by assigning some new value. For that field, we can assign some new value over here. But in this case, by using this field update action, we can update only one field. Okay, by using this field update action, we can update only one field, not multiple. To update 2 fields, we have to add 2 field update actions. To update 5 fields, we have to add 5 field update actions. To update 100 fields, we have to add 100 field update actions. Like that, depends upon the number of fields you would like to update, those many number of field update actions we would like to add. Now, so by using a field update action, we can update the value of only one field. Only one field. To update more number of fields in the record, we need to add more number of field update actions in the workflow, which will make the workflow rule complex. Which will make the workflow rule complex, which leads to performance issues. That means what? If more number of actions are available inside a single workflow rule, it will be taking more time, right? Yes. To perform each and every action, it will take some time. So if you are having more number of actions, so it will take more time. It will take more time to perform all these actions. So which will be impacting on your application performance. So in this case, whenever if you want to update more number of fields, don't go with this workflow field update action. So go with a feature called as triggers. Triggers is a feature of development. As part of Salesforce development, we are using Apex programming. Through Apex programming language, we are using a concept called as a triggers. Through the triggers, we can able to update more number of fields in one shot. How many? N number of fields also. There is no limitation at all. There is no limitation at all. N number of fields also we can able to update in one shot with the help of that field update action. So now here in this case, to update more number of fields, we can able to add, okay, triggers. Now, wait. Upon updating more number of fields in an object, it is always recommended. It is always recommended to go with triggers by using Apex programming. By using this Apex programming language, we can able to use a feature called as a triggers. Through these triggers, we can able to implement this functionality. Now, so in this case, how can we update the fields inside in a record by using this field update action? Now let's see practically in this case. Let's see practically in this case. Suppose, for example, let me take a small use case. Assume that I got an offer in an organization. I got a job. That means I got an offer in an organization. For example, I got an offer in some TCS. So today is my joining date. Okay. So now today is the onboarding date. Today is the onboarding date. So as part of this joining date, as part of this joining formalities, okay, the HR people will be collecting all your details. On the first day of your joining, you have to complete the joining formalities. Joining formalities means what? There we need to fill up so many application forms, okay, to provide our details, like as our personal details, contact details, family member details, past experience details, education details, my project details, and some references information, my bank account details, my previous provident fund details, and then insurance policies information details. All information we need to provide. So that when coming to that organization, the HR people are going to be providing the various forms. Those are providing a booklet. In that booklet, you will be having so many forms are available. So now we have to fill up those forms. So whenever we are going to be filling those forms, there is a painful thing. Okay, there is a painful thing is keep on we have to enter the permanent address, present address. In every form, in most of the forms, you will be having the two common fields are there, like as present address and then permanent address. These are the two common fields will be available over here. Present address field, permanent address fields. The people will be getting irritated to write the same thing again and again and again. In my personal details also I have to write this one. In my education details I have to write this one. And my bank account details I have to write this one. And the past experience details I have to write this one. My family member details I have to write this one. That means the same address we have to write multiple places, multiple times. This is the most painful thing, to write the same address again and again and again in the multiple forms. So whenever we are going to be entering this present address and the permanent address, you will be having the fields like this. Okay, you will be having the fields like this. Now, assume that we are having that present address information. Present address. As part of this present address, I'm having some fields are available over here, like the street name, city name, state name, and the country name, and the postal code, zip or postal code. Or postal code. So these are the details which we have to enter as part of my present address information. Here you will be having some text boxes will be available here. To enter the street name, you will be having one text box. You will be having one text box. And you will be having that one more text box to enter the city name. To enter the state name, one more text box. To enter the country name, one more text box. To enter the postal code, we are having one more text box. These are the addresses are available. You will be having this fields. Now, like the similar way, you will be having the permanent address fields are also available. Okay, permanent address. Permanent address. Whenever we are going to be entering this permanent address, here also will be having the similar kind of fields. You will be having these details. As part of this permanent address, here also will be having the similar kind of information. We have the present address and the permanent address. Assume that this is the section. This is the address information section is there. In this address information section, we have two set of fields are available: present address fields, permanent address fields. We have to enter the same address again and again and again. But upon entering this present address and the permanent address, there is a scenario. Like for few people, okay, present address, permanent address both will be same. Okay, why? Because is these people has born and brought up at the same location. They're staying in Hyderabad since almost some 20 years. They have their own house. They're staying with their family in the same location since their childhood. So that for those people, present address, permanent address both are same. This is one case. Second case is for few people, present address is different, permanent address is different. So their permanent location is Bangalore, but they came to Hyderabad for the job purpose. Okay, their permanent address is Bangalore location, and then the present address is Hyderabad because they're working in Hyderabad, they're doing the job in Hyderabad. So because of the job, they have relocated from Bangalore to Hyderabad. So present address is Hyderabad address, permanent address is Bangalore address. So in this case, what happened? So now for few people, present address and permanent address both are different. For few people, present address and permanent address both are same. Now, so now here in this case, what I want to do? Okay, in this case, what I want to do is, so whenever we are going to be entering the address information, if both the addresses are same, okay, both the addresses are same, because for few people, present address, permanent address both are same. At that time, I want to provide a checkbox over here. I want to provide a checkbox over here. I want to provide a checkbox over here, like both addresses are same. Both addresses are same. I want to provide this checkbox here. So in this case, whenever we are going to be entering the address, for you, if both the addresses are same, that means your present address, permanent address, both are same. In this case, you no need to enter the same address. Just you can enter the address inside this present address fields over here. And after that, now just you can able to select that checkbox. That's it. So now after selecting this checkbox, whenever you are saving the record, automatically whatever the data that you have entered inside these fields, this data should copy into permanent address fields also automatically for me. It should copy the data into the respective fields, okay, automatically here. Because both addresses are same, so it should copy this information into my permanent address fields also automatically. It has to fill up. We no need to enter the same address in that permanent address fields also. It has to be taken care by my system itself. My application can do that operation for me. In this case, whenever I'm going to be creating the record, after entering the present address information, okay, when I select this checkbox, both addresses are same. While saving the record, it has to copy the data from my present address fields to permanent address fields automatically. So I want to update the fields. Which fields? Permanent address fields I want to update. Also, in these fields, I want to assign some value. From where we are collecting the value? From the present address fields. I'm collecting these values. These values I would like to copy into permanent address fields. Okay. Now, like the similar way, how can we implement this kind of functionalities in Salesforce? Now, let's see. How to implement these kind of functionalities. Now let's see practically. How can we do these kind of operations? Now let's see. Now, so let me explain the use cases. So let's go to your Salesforce instance. Now, here let's take if an object called as account object. In this account object, here I am going to be having this address fields. We have address fields are available, where we are having this billing address fields, and then we have shipping address fields also. Billing address fields and shipping address fields also. So now here what I want to do is like treat it as this is the present address field, this is the permanent address field. Then how can we copy the data? After entering some billing address information, so now here I would like to place one checkbox field over here. Both the addresses are same. Upon saving the record, it should copy this data into my shipping address fields also. That means I want to synchronize the data from billing address fields to the shipping address fields whenever I'm going to be creating the record or whenever I'm updating the record if this checkbox is selected. If both the addresses are same checkbox is selected, then only I would like to copy this data, or else I don't want to copy. I don't want to copy this information. No. Now, I don't want to copy this information. Okay. I don't want to copy this information if the checkbox is not selected. Now, then how can we implement this one? Now let's see practically with a use case. Now, let me take a use case here. Configure a workflow rule. Configure a workflow rule to synchronize the billing address information into shipping address fields if the checkbox both addresses are same has been selected. Whenever I'm creating the record or whenever I'm updating the record, if this checkbox has been selected, then I would like to synchronize the data from billing address fields to shipping address fields. This is my requirement over here. Then how can we implement this use case? Now let's see practically in this case. So I would like to create this workflow rule on this account object to copy this data from billing address fields to shipping address fields. Then how can we implement this functionality? Now let's see practically in this case. Now let's prepare that analysis part over here. So what is that object name on which we need to create the workflow rule? I want to create the workflow rule on account object. And then what is the evaluation criteria? Evaluation criteria is created and every time it is edited. Every time it is edited. That means what? Suppose upon creating the record, it will be firing the workflow rule. It will synchronize the data from billing address to shipping address. Now, while entering the data, if I did any spelling mistakes, then I will open the record, I will modify the address, right? So then also it has to copy. Once you have modified that values, then also it has to reflect that new changes into the shipping address fields. So that here, I would like to find that workflow rule and both the cases, created and every time it is edited. Created and every time it is edited, I want to find this workflow rule. Now, so what is the rule conditions? So what is the rule conditions? That means before copying this data from billing address to shipping address, what kind of conditions needs to be get verified? What is the condition? I want to copy the data from billing address to shipping address. When if both the addresses are same, checkboxes has been selected here. Now, inside my account object, the checkbox here. Both addresses are same. Checkbox value is equals to true. That means if this checkbox has been selected, then only I would like to perform this operation over here. So now what kind of action you want to do here? Action type. I want to implement the immediate action. That means immediate action. What is the action name? I want to go with that field update. Okay, I want to go with that field update. So I want to update the fields by using this workflow rules. With the help of this workflow rules, I would like to update this field. So now what fields you would like to update? Now let me explain here. So now here in this case, what is that source field? What is the target field? Now let me specify for your information which fields we are going to be updating over here. Now I would like to update that here. Source field is the billing city or the billing state. Source fields are billing street, billing city, billing state, billing country, billing postal code. And then I would like to copy this information into the shipping address fields. Now, I want to copy this information into shipping address fields. Okay, I would like to copy this information into shipping address fields. This is the way. So now here in this case, what happened? The source field is billing state field to shipping state field, billing city to shipping city, billing state to shipping state, billing country to shipping country, billing postal code to shipping postal code. So I want to copy the data from billing address fields to shipping address fields. How many actions we need to add? 5 field update actions over here. We need to add 5 field update actions. Because each field update action is used to update one field. So to update this field, one field update action. To update this second one more action. For this one, third action. For this one, fourth action. Fifth one. Totally 5 field update actions we need to add. Okay, we need to add 5 field update actions. But the prerequisite is what? As part of my object here. Okay, as part of my object. So now I would like to have a prerequisite. So now we need to create a checkbox field. Create the checkbox field. Both addresses are same. I need to create a field with the name both addresses are same, which is of type checkbox field, because this is a base. As part of my application requirement, I would like to create this field here. As part of my application requirement, I need to create these fields according to my business requirement over here. Based on this checkbox selection, I would like to decide whether these values has to be get synchronized or not. Now, let's see how can we implement this. First of all, we need to create this checkbox field, okay, inside my object here. Let me create this field. Now let me go to the account object and then create a field. You know how to create the fields. I'm creating a new field inside my account object, which is of type checkbox. So select the data type called as checkbox type. Click on next. Select the field label as both addresses are same checkbox. By default, checkbox to be unselected. I'm giving some help text over here. This checkbox will copy the billing address data into shipping address fields. I'm giving some online help because sometimes the people doesn't know what is the use of this checkbox. The people doesn't know what is the use of this checkbox. So I'm giving some online help by using this help text property. This checkbox will copy the billing address data into shipping address fields. Now click on next button. Make the field to be get visible to all the profile users by selecting the visible checkbox. Make it save. Now my field has been created. So where is my field? This field will be available in this first section here. Both addresses are same, checkbox is available. When you place the mouse pointer over here, it is indicating that this checkbox will copy the billing address data into shipping address fields. But this checkbox I don't want to place in that section. I want to place in this address information section. How can we do that? Customize this page layout. How to do the page layout customization already you know. Okay. Now I want to move this field. Okay. I want to move this field from this section to this section. I want to place it over here because this is related to the address information. So I would like to place this field in this section so that the people should not have any confusion over there. Now I want to arrange the fields. You know how to do the page layout customization. Already you know that. Click on edit layout button. Make the changes here. I want to show these section headers in all the layouts. So double click on this section header. I want to show in the detail page also. This section header also I want to show in the detail page also. This section header also I want to show in the detail page. Because in both edit and detail page, I want to show these section headers. Okay. Now my requirement is what? I want to copy this field. This both addresses are same checkbox field. I would like to place in this particular section in this location here. So just you can drag and drop. You know how to move the fields from one section to another section. Already you know that. During the page layout customization, already we have discussed. Now click on save button. So now my page layout has been saved successfully. So now the field is available over here. Here the field is available. Both addresses are same. After entering the billing address, okay, if you're selecting this checkbox, upon saving the record, automatically this billing address data will be copied into shipping address. Guys, just give me a minute, I will be back.
Hello.
Firas, are you there?
Now, so now let's see how can we implement this functionality. I have the field is available right now. Both addresses are same, checkbox field is available. Now my requirement is whenever I'm going to be creating a new account record after entering this billing address data, once you select this checkbox, okay, upon saving the record, automatically it has to copy this data from billing address to shipping address fields automatically. Billing state to shipping state, billing city to shipping city, billing state to shipping state, billing postal code to shipping postal code, billing country to shipping country. I would like to copy this information automatically. Okay, I would like to copy this information automatically into my fields. Then how can we implement this workflow rule? Now let's see practically in this case. The whole analysis we did over here. Now let's see the implementation part as part of this analysis. Now, so let's create the workflow rule now. Go to the setup menu. Go to the build menu in the left panel. Click on create, workflows and approvals. Click on workflow rules. So click on continue button in order to create a new workflow rule. So already we have created one workflow rule yesterday on the contact object, which is in active status right now. Now I'm creating one more workflow rule, okay, on this account object right now. So select the object name on which you want to create the workflow rule. I'm going to be creating the workflow rule on my account object, so that I'm selecting that object name as account. Click on next button. So now specify the workflow rule name. I would like to indicate that CIS synchronize, CIS synchronize billing address to shipping address. Okay, now I'm indicating that CIS synchronize billing address to shipping address. So now here I would like to copy the billing address information into shipping address. Then how can we do this? Now let's see practically in this case. So now select this evaluation criteria. So what is the criteria? Created and every time it is edited. That means upon creating that record also it has to fire the workflow rule. Upon updating the record also it should fire the workflow rule. So I want to fire the workflow rule in both the cases. So that I would like to select this. So select the checkbox created and every time it is edited. Now specify the rule condition. What conditions needs to be get verified before firing this workflow rule? Before firing this action, what conditions needs to be get verified? So first of all, we have to cross check those conditions over here. What is the condition as part of my requirement? My condition should be, okay, now both addresses are same checkbox should be selected. That means if it is equals to true, because checkbox is purely returning either true or false values. If the checkbox is selected, it will store the value true, or else it will store the value false. Now, so now here I would like to select this checkbox over here. So I would like to verify the condition. So if both addresses are same checkbox, inside my account object, if both addresses are same checkbox value is equals to true. Okay, if it is equals to true, then I would like to fire my actions. Okay, then I would like to fire my actions. Whenever I'm going to be creating whenever I'm creating a new account record or whenever I'm updating an existing account record, so if this account records the checkbox, both addresses are same checkbox value has been selected. If this value is equals to true, then I would like to fire this workflow. So click on save and next. Click on save and next button. So now let's go to the actions. What actions you would like to add? Immediate actions I would like to add. Immediately it should copy the data from billing address fields to shipping address fields. Now go to that immediate workflow actions and then select that action type. What is action type here? Field update. So select that option as field update action. Now, so now specify that information here. What I want to do, I want to update the fields. How many fields are there? 5 fields are there. So how many actions we need to create? 5 actions. So first action I'm creating right now. First field update action I'm creating to update. Because that already told you each field update action is used to update only one field, not multiple. By using field update action, we can update the value of only one field, not multiple. Okay, I would like to update only one field. So that to update that only one field, we can use one field update action now. So in this case, I'm creating this field update action right now over here. Now, so let's go to that practical part. So now here I'm indicating that CIS now synchronize billing street to shipping street. Here I'm indicating copy billing street to shipping street. Now copy billing street to shipping street. So now field to update. Which field you want to update? Now this is the shipping street field I want to update over here. Because billing street is already having the value. I want to update this field by collecting the value from billing street here. So select that field as shipping street. Shipping street field value I want to update here. Shipping street. Now, so now this is the field which I would like to update. So which value you want to assign? Specify the new value for the field. What value you want to store? A blank value that means null? No, I want to store the billing address field value. So just to select that option called as use a formula to set the value. How can we collect the billing address billing street value? Specify the field name billing street. Okay, specify the field name as billing street. So whatever the value is there inside this billing street field, collect that billing street value and then place inside that shipping street here. Now click on save. So we have created one action over here, one field update action to update the billing street value into shipping street. Like the similar way, we are done with one action for this field. Then remaining 4 fields are there. We need to add 4 more actions. So let me add that remaining 4. Click on new field update. So now here I'm indicating billing city to shipping city. Okay, now CIS copy billing city to shipping city. Which field you want to update? Shipping city field. Select that field as shipping city. We can collect the value from where? Billing city field. So that here, specify the new value for this field. Select that check option called as use a formula. I want to indicate that billing city. I want to update the shipping city field by collecting the value from billing city. That's what clearly I have indicated that analysis part. This is the source, this is the target. Copy the data from source, place the data into target fields. Now, click on save. Now 2 actions I have added. So now let's add 3 more actions. Click on new field update. Now, so I would like to copy the billing state into shipping state. Copy the billing state value into shipping state. Which field you want to update? Shipping state field. Let's see. Okay, shipping state. By collecting the value from where? From billing state. So that select that option, use a formula to set the value. Billing state. Save. Next. The next one here. One more field update action. To update the billing postal code. I'm indicating. Billing postal code. That means the billing zip code into shipping zip code. Now, copy the billing zip code into the shipping zip code. We have to add, depends upon the number of fields you want to update, those many number of actions you need to add manually one by one. This is the only mechanism that we don't have any other alternative. Now, so now here in this case, I would like to collect the data from billing zip code. That means billing postal code. Okay, I want to collect the data from billing postal code to shipping postal code.
Sir, by using process builder, can we make it same, right? Sir?
Sorry?
How can we?
Sorry?
By process builder.
Process builder also we can do that, same. Record update. Update the record action, the same thing we can do. Okay? Now.
Okay.
Now the last action I would like to add right now. The last action is copy the billing country to shipping country. Okay, copy the billing country to shipping country. I am going to be collecting that. So update that value, that is a shipping country. I would like to collect the value from billing country field. So select that option, use a formula to set the value. So I would like to collect that value here, billing country. So whatever the value is available inside the billing country field, that value I want to update into shipping country field over here. Now click on save. These are the 5 actions which we have added as part of this workflow rule. Okay, as part of this workflow rule, we have added this workflow rule. Now, so now here in this case, I have prepared these 5 actions to update these fields. Like that here, how many fields, how many actions we can able to add in a single workflow rule? Salesforce will allow you to add maximum of 40 immediate actions, not more than that. That is the limitation given by Salesforce. Maximum of 40 immediate actions we can add in a single workflow. So by using these 40 actions, how many fields we can update? 40 fields, because each field update action is used to update only one field. So we can add maximum of 40 field update actions. So by using this 40 field update actions, how many fields we can update? Maximum 40 fields, not more than that. That is the limitation. This is the limitation that we have in Salesforce. So with the help of this 40 field update actions, we can update maximum of 40 fields, not more than that. That is a limitation given by Salesforce. Let me give that notepad here. Now, we can add maximum of 40 immediate actions in a single workflow rule. In a single workflow rule, we can add maximum of 40 immediate actions, not more than that. That is the limitation. Now, so now once you are done with adding all these 5 actions, then click on done button. Click on done button. I'm done with adding all the actions, and then make that workflow rule in active status. Click on activate. Now, let's see the testing process. How can we test this workflow rule now? So let's go to that account object, create a new account record. I'm creating an account record over here by using a workflow test account. Account number, I'm giving some value. Account to site, I'm indicating like as some banking. Type some prospect. Industry, some banking. Annual revenue, some 45 lakhs. Rating, some hot. Phone number, I'm giving some value. Tax number. Website, I'm giving some value. Ownership, some public. I'm giving some billing street because I'm indicating the flat number 312, and then I'm indicating like as classic apartments, okay. Classic apartments, some Srinagar colony. City, I'm indicating like as some Hyderabad. State, some Telangana, and the postal code 500032. Country, some India. And then customer priority high, active status yes. I have entered these values right now. Okay, I have entered these values. Now, for me, for example, for this particular user, present address, billing address, and shipping address both are same. So he will be selecting this checkbox. Okay, he will be selecting the checkbox. Both addresses are same. Checkbox has been selected. Now click on save button. As soon as once you click on save button, record has been saved successfully. Workflow will fire whatever the values you have entered in the billing address field, same address has been copied into shipping address also. This data has been copied into shipping address also. So when you double click on this field, we can see that billing state field value has been copied. Shipping state field value, shipping city value, shipping state, shipping postal code, shipping country, all the values have been copied. Suppose if you're making any changes over here, instead of this 500032, I'm indicating some 038. Okay, now click on OK. Once you click on save button, the same values will be getting reflected automatically. Here also it will be reflecting 500038. It will be reflecting automatically. So that here, not only at the time of creation, at the time of updation also, I would like to copy this data into my respective target object fields. So for that reason, we are using the help of this field update actions inside your Salesforce instance. This is a way we can able to create the field update actions inside your Salesforce instance. Next one. assigning a task action. Assigning a task. So that already we have discussed during the process builder concept what exactly a task. Task is nothing but a reminder. A task is nothing but a reminder or an alert. We can add a reminder, okay, to the user. Whenever we are going to be assigning some requirement to the person, we can able to add some reminders also, so that even though if the people has forget about that operation, they can able to remind to that person over here. So for that reason, whenever if you want to assign a task to the user, we are using an action called as assign a task action. Now, in this case, whenever we are going to be assigning the task to the user, how can we implement? Now let's see practically. By using this action, we can assign a new task to the user, which will keep on remind the user regarding an operation. Regarding an operation. By using a pop-up alert. By using a pop-up alert or by using a pop-up. Now, while assigning the task to a user, we can specify the task subject, comma description, comma priority, status, due date also. Okay, we can able to assign the task to the user by specifying all these information. We can specify the task state subject and the description, priority, status, due date, all this information we can specify. Then how can we do that? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, so now let's see how can we create this task. Now let's see practically. Let's take a small case. Now, for example, assume that I have a small requirement like this, like I have a lead object. Whenever a new lead record has been created, okay, whenever a new lead record has been created, okay, whenever a new lead record has been getting created, with the industry equals to some finance, okay, with the industry equals to finance and the rating values equals to heart, then I want to assign a task to the training batch user. So now, dear training batch user, he is one of the most important lead for us. So now this lead person is very much interested to buy our products. So please contact him on the high priority basis and then follow up with this lead person. If required, offer 10% discount and then convert this lead person as our customer. Whenever we are capturing the lead people, few people might be showing very much interest. They may be very much interested to buy our product. They are eagerly waiting to buy the products. So I want those kind of customers. He is one of that. He is one of that kind of lead. He is very much interested to buy the product. That too, he is ready to buy the product in terms of bulk. So that please contact this person over here on the high priority basis. Okay, in the morning first hours, please contact this person, and then convert him as a customer. Now, so I want to assign the task over here. Then how can we do that? Now let's see. Configure a workflow rule on the lead object to assign a new task to the training batch user upon creating a lead which meets the below criteria. Lead industry should be equals to finance, lead rating is equals to heart. If the lead rating value is equals to heart and the industry equals to finance, then I would like to contact this lead person immediately. So I want to assign this task to a specific user. So please contact this lead person immediate basis. Then how can we do this? Now let's see practically in this case. Now let's see the analysis. Object name. And what object you want to create this workflow rule on the lead object. What is the evaluation criteria whenever I'm going to be creating a lead? So that created. What is the rule conditions? I want to verify these two conditions. Inside that lead, if the industry value is equals to finance and the lead record rating value equals to heart, then I want to create, I would like to find the actions. So now here in this case, what will be the action type? Action type will be immediate action. What is the action name? I would like to assign a task. Assign a task. Here I am indicating assign to whom? To the training batch user. Training batch user. Priority I would like to indicate I. Status I'm indicating not started. Okay, not started. Like that, I would like to indicate that I would like to assign a task to this particular user. How can we create this workflow rule? Now let's see practically with this kind of analysis part here. Then how can we do this one? Now let's see practically in this case. Now, so let me create this workflow rule on my lead object right now. So let's go to the setup menu. Go to the build menu, click on create, workflows and approvals, workflow rules. Click on continue button to create a new workflow rule. I am creating one more workflow rule. Select the object as a lead object. I want to create the workflow rule on the lead object. So this is the object on which I would like to create the workflow rule. Now click on next button. Specify the rule name. I would like to assign that CIS set reminder about lead conversion. Set reminder about lead conversion. Regarding the lead conversion, I would like to set the reminder here as I would like to assign the task. I would like to select the criteria as created. Whenever a new lead record has been created with the industry finance and with the rating value heart, I want to assign the task. So specify the conditions. If the lead records status value, lead records industry value is equals to finance. If the value is equals to finance, And if the lead records a rating value is equals to heart. So if the lead records industry is equals to finance and rating value is equals to heart, then I would like to file my actions to assign a task to the user. So click on save and next button. Now go to the action type. What type of actions? Immediate actions. So now select the action name. What is that action name? New task. I want to assign a task to the user. Click on new task. Specify that assign to whom you want to assign this task. I'm selecting this one. I'm selecting the user called as training batch user. To the training batch user, I would like to assign this task. Now specify the subject. What will be the subject I would like to indicate? Now please follow up. Please follow up with the lead on high priority. On high priority. So now it will be preparing that unique name automatically. Status I'm indicating not started. This task is not yet started here. Priority I am going to indicating high. Specify the comments now. So dear salesperson, please contact the lead on high priority basis as the lead is eagerly waiting to buy the products, eagerly waiting to buy the products in bulk. Hence, follow up with the lead and convert the lead as a customer as soon as possible. I'm going to be indicating that regards sales team. Regard sales team. So I want to find this, I want to assign this task due date. What is the due date of this particular task? I would like to indicate that. So in a rule trigger date, okay, rule trigger date, okay, rule trigger date plus 0 days. That means immediately. Immediately they have to contact over here. Okay, immediately they have to contact over here. So I'm going to be indicating that. I'm not giving much time. So now the due date is immediately they have to contact. So now here I'm indicating this whole information assigned to whom I'm assigning this task, subject, unique name, due date, status, priority, and the description of that task. And then click on save button. I have added one task action over here. Okay, I have added one task action. Once you are done with adding the actions, then click on done button. Click on done button, make that workflow rule in active status because workflow is not yet active right now. So now here this active checkbox is indicating unselected. So I want to make this workflow rule selected. I want to make this workflow rule active right now. For that one, click on this activate button to make that workflow rule active. Now let's verify this one. So where he can see this task information, when he go to the home tab, he can able to see whatever the task has been assigned to the user, he can see in this place here. He will be having the my task option. So now whatever the task has been assigned for today, what are the tasks he has planned for today, we can able to see. There is no tasks are available over here. There is no tasks are available right now inside this my task action. Then let's create a lead record, observe what will happen in this case. I'm creating this lead record. Click on new button. I'm creating a new lead. First name I'm indicating some Abhishek. Last name some Kumar. Company I'm indicating like as some Cognizant. Title, he is a test engineer. Lead source some web. Industry some finance. Annual revenue some 31 lakhs. Phone number I'm giving some value. Fax number I'm giving some value. Email ID I'm indicating some Abhishek @ some gmail.com. Website I'm indicating like some Cognizant. And the rating I'm indicating hot. So now here I'm not entering street, all these things. These are not required, these are not mandatory fields over here. For example, let me enter that one. Okay. So now the flat number, okay, 121. Some Satya Sai Apartments. Satya Sai Apartments. Some Banjara Hills. City some Hyderabad. State some Telangana. Postal code 500Z081. Country some India. I have entered some data over here. Now click on save button. As soon as once you click on the save button, it will verify the conditions. So whether my lead records industry is equals to finance or not. If it is finance, then what about that rating value? It is hot or not. If both are matching, immediately a new task will be getting assigned to that user. Okay, immediately a new task will be getting assigned to the training batch user. Currently logged in user will be the training batch user. When you go to that home tab, you can able to see a task has been assigned. That means these are the various tasks which he has planned. Whatever the tasks has been assigned to this particular user, all the tasks he can able to see inside the home tab in my tasks section. In the home tab, you will be having so many tabs are available on the tab bar, like as home, campaigns, leads. So go to that home tab. Here we can able to see my task section. In this one, we can see what are the various tasks has been planned for this particular user. So now it is indicating a red color exclamation symbol, which is indicating this is a high priority task. So immediately has to work on this. So please follow up with the lead on high priority. This is the lead person over here. Okay, this is the lead person over here. Now, so in this case, what will happen now as the training batch user, he will be opening this particular lead record over here. That's why he will be opening the task. So now this is the task over here. He will start working on this task. So immediately he will change the status here, edit. He will change the status to in progress. I'm working on this task right now. Okay, I'm working on this task. And then, so once he is done with the task, then he will be changing the status. Click on edit. Then he will be changing the status to completed. So I'm done with this task. I have completed this operation. I have converted the lead as a customer. As soon as once you click on the save button, my operation has been completed. So there is no pending task for me right now. When you click on this home, you can't see this task because my task has been completed. So what are the tasks they have assigned to me? I am done with those tasks. This is how we can able to assign the task to the user. The user can see or can monitor all his tasks inside this my task section inside the home tab. This is how we can able to assign the task to the user, and we can able to monitor the task inside this my task section. Okay, this is the concept of assigning a task to the user. Tomorrow we'll see one more feature that is called as time dependent actions. How can we assign or how can we configure the time dependent actions through workflow rule? We'll see practically in this case, so that we can complete this workflow rules concept, and then in the next day we'll be starting the day after tomorrow we are starting the concept called as relationships. How to configure the relationships, what type of relationships are available, everything we'll see practically one by one.